Hello, friends. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me again as we take time this Holy Week to contemplate the 7 last words of Christ. As we've been saying, someone's last words have always been viewed as significant. If someone spends precious energy to communicate something to others, then we should probably sit up and take notice, right? Christians throughout the years have believed we could always use these last statements by Jesus as a way of deepening our understanding of what was and is important to the heart of God. Well, in this session, we get to contemplate the third of Jesus' last statements. Woman, here is your son. Son, here is your mother. Here's the larger passage. Standing near the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. And when Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, Woman, here is your son. And then he said to the disciple, Here is your mother. And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home. This is quite the touching scene nestled in among much tragedy and pain. All throughout the 19th chapter of John, we find pain and mockery and suffering. This is where we find tell of the soldiers taking Jesus' clothing and gambling for them. It's the chapter of crucify him. But here in the middle are a few verses where Jesus, to his very last breath, was concerned about people and their welfare. Most of us operate on the given that parents are going to die before children. There's no firm, hard and fast rule about this, but that seems to be the way it goes most often. And so when Jesus looks down from his place of torture, he could not help but see this woman who raised him. And if his own torture wasn't enough, surely the grief present on his mother's face did him in. In her face, he saw the one who willingly bore the Christ child into the world, the one who loved him and raised him, the one who prompted him to perform his first miracle, the one who was watching her baby boy die. And next to her was the one called the disciple whom Jesus loved. That's a serious title, isn't it? Tradition assumes the gospel is referring to John here, but it's instructive that no name was used, only the description. It feels to me like one particular friend I have that I call my brother. I actually have a biological brother who I love and care for deeply, but neither he nor I made a choice to be related. This friend I call my brother is special to me in ways few other people are. And so I imagine if it was me looking down from the cross and seeing my mom and my brother, my heart would go out for them. I would want nothing more than for them to be okay, and I can very easily see myself saying to them, you two are family now. Take care of each other when I'm gone. Something I'm fond of saying is Christianity is not a thing you get to do on your own. When it comes down to it, this thing we've been called to be a part of only functions because we are a part of it together. We have beliefs and doctrines, sure, and they are important, but they're not as important as two people showing one another love and care. You and I may very well disagree about some point of theology or some worship practice, and while those are not insignificant conversations for us to have, any difference between us is rendered moot when we show one another love. From the first book to the last, the Bible shows us that what God cares about is people being good to one another. One of my favorite Psalms says exactly this, how very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. This last word of Jesus teaches us that what matters most is each other, our relationships. So friends, may we be the people who go out of our way to love and care for those in our lives. May we much more seek to understand than to be understood. May we much more seek to give than to receive. And may we much more seek to show love than to be loved. Trust in the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. O Israel, trust in the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. Trust in the Lord, O Israel. Trust in the Lord, O Israel. Trust in the Lord, O Israel. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord, O Israel. Just trust in the Lord, O Israel. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord.